Please click like and subscribe and that little notification bell for the next episode. Sam was the owner of the Rock of Ages. Well, Sam
runs the big barn.
This is the ruins of the Rock of Ages Conoco station. It's now a historical site for tourists. I'm gonna go in there. Surrounded by lots of bugs now, made of this stone. Let's go inside. Whoa, big spider web in my way. And I had a fireplace to keep warm. It's just the ruins. The spur ends, a loop is sort of off the beaten trail, but it has a beginning and end, and this was a loop. Little alignment of Route 66 here in Oklahoma, on our way to Oklahoma City. What's unique about this road is it's the original road, original poured concrete from the day they put this road in. But then as we go up, we see that the road starts to deteriorate and they have a layer of asphalt on top of it.
And then we went to the barn. Round
red barn, which is an absolute stop on Route 66, one of your definite must-dos.
Yeah.
I got the farm from my great aunt. This was about 62 years ago. I went down here to this great big barn, and this was before they had hay balers, you know. And so right inside there was this great big old stack of loose hay, and it looked like there might be something underneath it. And so I got to digging and digging. Look here what I found under it. Now, it didn't look like this. It was in terrible shape. And I called Addie. I said, Addie, does the old buggy go with the farm? She said, if you want that old piece of junk, you can have it. I said, I sure do. So I restored it back to its present condition. Now, I donated the buggy several years ago to the barn here. And I didn't have a horse. I had been looking for a Horse-akin. You know what a Horse-akin is?
No.
Well, you know what a mannequin is.
Yeah.
You know, well, I'm sure that's a good word. I wanted a Horse-akin. And so I told hundreds of people that I needed a Horse-akin, and there he stands right there. I've had him about a month now. All right, now, Mr. Older was 31 years old when he built the barn. He did a fantastic job. When he said, when I got the floor in, this one right here, and these walls, 16 foot up there, when I got ready to put the first two rafters up, one over there and one over here, he said, I built a ladder right out here in the center that went clear to the top up there. And he said, I couldn't get any of my workers to climb the ladder to fasten them together. So I myself had to climb the ladder and fasten them together. But what he failed to tell us is that how in the world did he get them raised up there? We have no idea. 4 days after we got the barn in 1988, a big section of it fell in, and we hired a crane from Oklahoma City, Allied Crane Company. They came out, picked the rafters up and set them up there. But Mr. Oder didn't have anything except 2 mules and 2 workers. Let's fast forward about 20 years. They had the roof on and been putting hay up here, loose hay, and bring it up here to this door here. Now the door was a big wide door, and he would stand on a hay wagon and pitch it up in this one great big pile right over here. And then when he get it, all of it off the wagon, he'd come up here with a pitchfork, pick it up one pitchfork at a time, and carry it over there and drop it down. Back and forth, back and forth. And it was a terrible job to get it done. But they put hay up here for about 20 years for the cows downstairs. They had trap doors in it, and they just opened up a trap door and dropped it down into the manger. So that's how they fed their cows. We were working up here, and one of the workers said, Mr. Oder, do you know what you ought to do? Mr. Oder said, what should I do? He said, well, you know what? You've got another barn over here that'd be so much easier to put hay in. And he said, hey, why don't we clean all this out? And wouldn't this make a great place for a community dance? Mr. Oder said, you know it would, wouldn't it? Hey, let's clean it out. Mr. Oder hired a band for Saturday night. He invited the whole community. And he said, I've only got one stipulation. It's going to be a family affair for little kids, mom and daddy and grandpa and grandma, and there's not going to be any drinking or hanky-panking, and not whatever that was. And he said, I'm going to be there to make sure everything going fine. So about 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon, well, his wife said, I wonder if anybody's going to come tonight. He said, I don't know, but I'll tell you what, we're going to have to wait and see. So by 7 o'clock, though, Mr. Oder said there wasn't a place for another wagon, buggy, or horse to be tied up anywhere around the barn. And everybody had a great time. After the dance was over, some of them came to Mr. Oder. Mr. Oder, are we going to get to come back next Saturday night? And he said, well, I hadn't even thought about that. I was thinking this is a one-time affair. No, we want to come back. So every Saturday night until Mr. Oder died, he had a barn dance up here. So literally thousands of people have danced in the round barn of Arcadia. Would you like to dance with me? All right, let's do the swing.
Bye.